Hi everybody, Dr. Lisa Thompson here, and welcome to another edition of The Doctor is In Live, coming to you from my home office outside of Eden Prairie, Minnesota on this awesome Wednesday. And right now we're about to get a lot of rain tonight in Minnesota. I think I might have to build an ark. But before I go off and do that, I wanted to share with you some of my best blogging tips. And today we are talking about paragraphs. Yep, we need to talk about paragraphs on your blog because so many of us, when we do blogging, we go back and we are going to be writing like we learned in grammar school and high school English, right? That is not the case anymore. Like I told you on Monday's episode of The Doctor is In Live, there's a brand new way that we read blogs in this digital age where we want to consume things very, very quickly. And so the key to the top bloggers, all right, what the top bloggers do is that they pay close attention to a couple of things. Number one, they always put themselves in the mind of their reader. Okay, they put themselves in the footsteps of the readers. So when they're designing their blog, they're looking at it as if they were a reader coming in and looking at it for the first time. The other important aspect is you have to have great content, meaning the quality of the content, that you're solving a problem that your market has. And then there's the third important piece that a lot of us miss, and that is that content must be consumed very, very quickly, okay? It has to be consumed quickly because in this day and age, people want things done with speed, pleasure, and ease. So with that said, we have to make sure that our paragraphs are worded in a way that they can understand the information we're giving them quickly as possible. Hey, Junie, glad to see that you're on. And guys, I forgot to mention this in the beginning. Hi, Allie. Awesome to have you here. Is to make sure you're clicking on in the upper right hand corner of the screen here is to get notifications when I'm coming on with my live shows. That way we can interact together. Hey Janet, I'm glad that you're on. I'm so excited that you're here, that you're learning some really great stuff. So let's get down to paragraphs. We're going to cover a couple of different things, and we're going to cover first the size of the paragraph, meaning the font point size. The font point size of your paragraphs should be 14 point, not 12 point. We want it 14 point because it's not only easy on the eyes of our reader, but we also want it, excuse me, it's going to be easily viewed on a mobile device. Okay, we have to always keep assuming and believing that, you know, right now there's the stat out that I just read the other day that 60% of people who read your blog are doing it on a mobile device. So we have to make sure that we're taking that into account, that people who are reading our blogs are doing it from their smartphone or from their tablet. So with that said, the color of the font or of the paragraph or the font point size should be black, always black. See, one of my biggest pet peeves with WordPress is the fact that the default color is this light gray, and it's very hard to see when you are looking at a blog. So it's very important to keep in mind, follow when you're reading on a Kindle, a book on a Kindle, what color's the text? It's black. Keep it black. Again, we want things easy on the eyes for our readers. We want to create a very positive user experience. From there, we want to make sure that the length of the paragraph, now this is where you have to throw out what you learned in school. The paragraph size needs to be 1 to 2 sentences in length. Okay? I know that's hard to wrap your head around because I remember my English teacher in high school when we had to write term papers said, ideally, the best paragraph length is 4 to 6 sentences. Not true today, all right? Because if you have a paragraph longer than 2 sentences and they're reading on a mobile device, it's going to be very long for them to scroll, and they're going to lose interest quickly, and they're going to leave. Okay, and we don't want that. So make sure that it's 1 to 2 sentences in length. Now, for most of you, if you have a blog, you should have the Yoast SEO plugin. And on that plugin, okay, it measures not only how to optimize your blog so that Google can recognize you and increase your search engine rankings, but they've added something else to it called readability, which means how easy is your content, how quickly can it be consumed, all right? And again, you know, when we've been taught with grammar, we always had to write, you know, more sophisticated. In this case, you want to keep your blog as conversational as possible. So when you're structuring your blog and you're typing it up, and as you're going through the editor, you're going to see with the Yoast plugin, you're going to see like two tabs where you see Yoast, and there's going to be like a little circle on each tab. If your blog is optimized right, you're going to see a green circle. All right, and if it's very readable, you're going to see a green circle. If not, you're going to see an orange and red circle. Now, this happened to me when I looked at some of my blog posts, like from 2 weeks ago, and I'm going, why is my readability going down? And then I clicked on the tab, and this is huge, very, very important tip here, and that is you need to have section headings on your blog, okay, for every 300 words you write. This is huge, okay? Remember how I talked about on Monday when people scan through your blog? They are looking for section headings because they're going to zoom in on one particular heading that's going to grab their interest. So you need to make sure that you're using section headings. And it's also important from the SEO side that you have an H2 and an H3 heading. And I'm going to show you how to do this very effectively. So with section headings, this are my recommendations for you. Number 1, all section headings should be 18-point font, bold, and either black or red. I prefer red because, think about it, when you're driving on the road and you see like a red stoplight or a red stop sign, what does red make you do? You slow down. And the same thing applies with a section heading on your blog. You want to make sure that when you're using a red section heading, people are going to stop, it pops out, and they're going to sit and their eyes are going to linger longer. That's why when you look at lead capture pages or sales pages, the main headline is always red, or they use red because it's attention grabbing. So you want to make sure that it's black or red. Do not use blue, okay? Remember, we talked about yesterday, blue means clickable link. All right? You don't want to confuse your readers. They're going to know that a blue text means blue clickable link. All right? So keep it black or red for your section headings. So those are my best tips that I wanted to give you today. And I want you to think of when you're designing your blog, think of this as really giving them a great user experience where they want to come back because they enjoy being at your site. It's easy to read. Their content is easy to consume. And they can get a result. Okay? Think about when you go to a restaurant. Hey, Elizabeth. Oh, man, I can't believe Elizabeth is on. She's so awesome. I missed you down in Austin this year, but congrats on your rank advancement and all your success. If you're not hooking up with Elizabeth, you've got to. She's one of the most awesome people I've ever met. So, awesome. I'm glad you're on. So, what we're talking about with the user experience, like when you go and you try a new restaurant, right? And you like the restaurant, the overall layout, you love the food, you love the way the wait staff takes care of you, and it's a great user experience. So what you want to do is you want to come back. You want to keep going back because you love the experience. That's what you want to have for your blog. I mean, you want to have them coming and looking and like, wow, I'm getting a lot of value here. They're really taking time to address my questions. I feel comfortable here. I know I can implement what you're suggesting. And that's what's going to keep them coming back. And the more they keep coming back, the more eyes stay on your blog for a longer period of time. What's going to happen is that Google is going to see this. These people are going to leave comments. You're going to get more love from Google, which means you're going to get more targeted traffic that you don't have to pay for. And they're eventually going to develop the next step by opting into your list and then eventually becoming a raving fan customer and buyer. So keep these tips in mind, and you're going to see an uptick in better result with your blogging. Did you get value today? Leave me a comment and share. And then make sure you join me tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because my very good friend Ed Zimbardi is doing a fantastic training tonight on daily method of operation. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I first started my business, I was in super student mode. I was taking course after course after course, but I didn't know how to develop a daily action plan that I could focus on that gets me results. So when I met Ed, one of the things that Ed taught me, now Ed is a top affiliate in a program where he was able to reach that top status in 4 months by really keeping a very simple daily method of operation. This guy is the king of simple. And what he did is last week he did a free training, and he showed a very simple strategy of how you can use just your smartphone to do yep, absolutely, Elizabeth. It's all about the daily method of operation and how you can do your tasks in just 15. You could really build your business in 15-minute increments using your smartphone. And he taught a very simple strategy last week. And I implemented this, and within 24 to 48 hours, so about last Friday, after I watched the training, I wound up generating, as of today, over 70 leads for my business. I made about $300 in commissions. But here's the best part. It only took me 15 minutes. I still am doing my speech therapy practice, so I'm off and I'm being busy. So on my lunch break, I can just sit down and I can literally connect with people and share value with them and get leads like this. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. So you want to come tonight because Ed's going to show some other cool things to help you. And if you're really struggling with daily method of operation, this is the training that you have to be on tonight. So once this live show ends, I'm going to put the link in the video description. Make sure you click on it and join us. Last week we had several hundred people on that webinar training. This is going to fill up. So you want to get there at least 15 to 30 minutes early to assure your spot. Ed, I know Ed's excited about it. I mean, this guy can go on for hours bringing value, and I know that he is going to help you guys so much like he's helped me. So make sure you come to this training tonight. I will see you there. And then on tomorrow's episode, The Doctor is In, we're going to talk about video. Should you be doing video in your blogging? And I'm going to share with you my very best tips of how you can really create an amazing blog post using video. So with that said, have a great evening, guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.